Hi, my name is Paulo. For over 30 years, I've been dealing in antiques and collectibles. I find some interesting things, and occasionally come across a real treasure. I thought I would show off some of the things that I find, what I pay for them, and what they sell for. Selling things at auction with no reserves means making money, losing money, and occasionally hitting it out of the park. Let's go Yankee thrifting.
Took another trip to Savers today. Got another nice haul. This all came from one store. Let's find out what I got. I mentioned in my last video that I like to find signed original artwork. This was kind of an interesting little piece. You can see it's signed there. It's framed in kind of a deep shadow box style. And it's just this impressed piece of handmade paper with some pastel inlays, but it's this beautiful calla lily. And somebody is considering it their original work of art. So, $4.99. Can't lose too much on that. I suspect this is a print and not an original piece, but everybody loves dogs, or at least most people love dogs, and you can see it's signed on the mat there in pencil. Another $4.99. This I am really intrigued by. I believe the writing is Greek on it, and it's what's known as an icon, and I got a couple of different icons this time around. It's painted on wood with lots of gilt embellishments there. You can see it's the Blessed Mother, Virgin Mary, however you refer to her, but only $5.99. I'm not sure you can beat that for an original work of art. The next two icons are both textile pieces, but you can see there's also additional beadwork and metallic threads and so forth. Really beautiful workmanship, well executed, both framed. I don't know a lot about Greek Orthodoxy, but it is, I know, a well-established collecting field, collecting icons. It's a little difficult to see this one with the window glare behind me, so pardon me, but this is a really well-executed pastel portrait of a gentleman in suit and tie. You can see it's signed and dated here, Tom Morris, 1970. And I know that mid-century portraits are a popular decorating style. So I think that we'll be able to find a home. Probably would be more valuable if it was a woman, but I can tell you that I paid, let's see, $6.99, and I don't think I'm going to have any difficulty making that back. A lot of people know that Pyrex is collected. What they don't necessarily know is that there is this clear line of stovetop Pyrex called Flameware. And you can see here, there is a logo right there, Pyrex with a little flame, and people really enjoy using Pyrex Flameware. And it's very difficult to find a double boiler in really nice condition, especially for $8.99. Something else that's pretty popular these days is enamel covered cast iron. I think in my last video I had some cast iron and even an enameled piece. This set was all made in Holland, the Netherlands, and it's a tulip line. It's all matching. You can see I had to buy pieces separately. The skillet was $8.99. The large gratin pan was $6.99. I got 4 of these individual gratins for $6.99, and I don't know if you can tell, but they basically look unused. And the Dutch oven here is in really clean condition, almost unused. And you can see the maker's mark there, Drew, made in Holland. And the underside is pretty nice. Paid $6.99 for that. I know my last video I mentioned I really love glassware. This is a hand-blown piece of glass. You can tell looking at the underside there is what's called a broken pontil mark. You can also find polished pontils. This one is broken. You can tell by the rough condition there. And it has a nice crimped edge. And $5.99. I think I'll do okay with that. I got a couple of teapots here. And the Queen Elizabeth I paid $9.99 for. The maker is Sadler. And then the other is also English made. The pattern name is called Black Twill or Tool. I can never remember how to pronounce that. Toille. And it's in really gorgeous condition. Nice and clean. Clean lid. And it's made by Churchill. You can't see that under the label, but $5.99. And believe it or not, the larger teapot is the one that's probably more valuable. Found this interesting little mid-century ceramic honey pot. It's got bees on it. It's marked on the underside, made in the USA, possibly made by McCoy or Hull. It's in really nice condition. $1.99. I couldn't really pass that up. One category of art that I like to look for is old folk art. And, you know, this is probably only from the 1980s or so. But, you know, you've got to keep in mind the 80s are over 30 years old now. And $5.99. Nice pair of sweetheart swans making a heart with their necks. And you can see that it is signed Jan. So I hope those swans are sweethearts for me. And then the last thing that I picked up was this barrel stave. You can tell it's a barrel stave because it's got a curved surface and it's got these notches here where the lids and the base would go. And people will take these old barrel staves and they will paint nice bucolic scenes. Here's a nice snowy house with a chimney and a barn in the countryside. And again, it is signed Gene Holton. Only $3.99. Last one I had of these, I sold for about $35 or $40. So, once again, I had a 20% discount. So, the total after my discount is $97.55. Not too bad. So now you know what I got it for. Soon we'll find out what I got for it.